Welcome to the Tom Bernard Podcast with the family and
co-host Kathryn Brandt.
Alex Brandt Bernard Rasmussen.
Don Rasmussen.
Andy Brandt Bernard.
And Kristen Burt.
Sage wasn't here for the intro. He bailed on the intro.
He slammed a door over
They
there.
got-
Sage
Alex, could you
Rasmussen.
put rain on your screen? Oh,
It is
God.
raining. Oh my God, the way people are driving in the rain.
I'm leaning into it.
Unbelievable.
Whoa.
You should try it in LA after it hasn't rained for 6 months.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
You have people going 45,
Yes.
45,
Yep.
and then people going 105. It's wee,
Yeah.
wee, wee.
I know. It's
LA,
like people
it's like
forget.
having ice because all the oil rises to the surface.
Oh, yeah.
Get out
yeah.
everywhere.
Yep.
And I'm like, why are you driving so fast? This is insane.
Okay, Mom's got a new favorite picture apparently. I'll
We
put
went
it
to
up on
a
the screen
jazz
here.
party.
Yeah, we got to tell you what it is, and then you can you,
Okay.
Are you ready to post it, Andy?
I sure am.
Kristen, you're going to love this picture. And I'm going to really love the picture, too, because, you know, every once in a while somebody comes after me, oh, you're such a white guy. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I
What?
get that.
You're such a white guy.
I do.
I've
I
always
get
said that
all the
about you.
Yeah, I
time.
do complain
I
about
think
that.
nobody says that.
Oh, yes, they do, believe
Such
me.
a white guy. Well, you
Believe
are.
me, it's
so.
But in any case, Kathryn and I got invited to a party at a dear friend's house.
William Humphrey, he won't be mad about us saying his name.
Who won't?
William.
Oh, William Humphrey. Yeah, he likes it when we say his name on here. We should have him in again one of these days. Went out to his house. They bought this house and fixed it up. It's just really, really a beautiful house. Mm-hmm. But William's son played in the NBA for years.
For
Right?
L.A., he was married to Kim Kardashian for a minute.
Yeah, for a minute.
Yes.
That
Oh,
one.
Chris Humphries.
Yeah.
That?
Chris
yeah.
Humphries.
He's in the photo. And then William is next to Chris, and William is not a short man.
No, he is not.
Tom
but-
is not a short man, but if you look at the company he's in,
Okay, now this
they look
picture is
short.
about to appear. This was taken yesterday. This is a real picture. Nobody's standing on milk crates or anything like that.
No.
We had to take the picture because William and I are I'm pretty much even 6 feet. William's probably about 6'1", something like that.
6'2", maybe.
6'2", maybe.
Yeah.
You got the picture ready to pop up, Andy?
Yep.
Look at this picture, Kristen.
I would look like I was
Yeah.
2 feet
A baby.
tall.
Honest to God, those
So-
people are a foot taller than I
Some
am.
of them are ex-Gopher players.
You're all very tall.
I never caught the guy on the right
funny.
in the plaid shirt. He's a very, very nice guy.
Oh, he's
I
a
don't-
great guy.
I don't know who he played for. Or
And if you're
whatever.
not listening to this on YouTube and you want to see the picture,
He's really nice.
check out the YouTube video. Timestamp is about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Wow.
Look,
Yes.
it is just
Chris
amazing.
is very tall, but I think the guy on the right, this doesn't really do justice to his height.
No, it doesn't. He is really. I mean, you can see these people are a foot taller than I am,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah,
6
Tom,
feet
you
tall.
look like you're 5'3", like me. Which means I
Isn't
literally
that
I was
funny?
2 feet
I know,
tall.
you're just dwarfed by these giants.
But you know what's great about it?
Unbelievable.
These guys were all big shot NBA stars. Couldn't find a nicer bunch of people. I mean, we've known William for a long time, and Chris Humphrey's been a friend for several years. But everybody there was just really friendly and
They were.
nice.
It was a very
schmooze.
nice,
It was just,
nice bunch of people. And a
Exactly.
woman that was maybe 78, 85, something like that. She really liked my dress, so I was
78 or 85.
Well, all right. Great. Good for you.
So, Tom, you have to spill the tea. What is Chris Humphries doing now? He's not in the NBA, so is he?
he
Well,
and his father
working-
have started businesses together, and they're doing very well.
Yeah, they've invested in
Good.
something called Dave's Hot Chicken.
I think
Oh,
it's
Dave's
Dave-
Hot Chicken's very popular.
Yeah,
Very
they own a bunch of
popular.
those
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, he sold all of his Five Guys franchises and his Crisp and Green franchises and put all of his money into Dave's Hot Chicken franchises, which are very
That's
profitable
great.
apparently.
Yeah, we have them out here in LA too. They do very well.
Good.
But I just had to show everybody that picture. I have never been in a picture where everyone in the picture is about a foot taller than I am.
Way taller than you.
It's like, holy God.
It's very funny.
It is funny because I grew up with really tall brothers, and I just remember thinking that I felt sorry for short families. I don't know why.
well,
I just
who
thought that it
knows?
was weird that they were so short because I was
It's
so
an
used to tall
odd
people.
setup, I'll tell you. But the amazing thing about it is, Kristen and everybody else listening now, Andy, Alex, you couldn't meet 6 nicer guys anywhere. Just really pleasant, very smart, very nice.
Yeah.
Everybody trying to stir the pot again, whether
I'll
it's
stir the pot. I want to hear about the Kardashian years. What have they said?
they don't bring
I'm
that up.
invested.
Chris doesn't bring that up
I
too
remember
much.
Chris wrote a piece, and I don't know where it was published, but I'm sure you can find it online about Kim Kardashian, and that it was a real relationship for him, that he really did love her. And William, I think, was in the Kardashians. The whole family, I think, was in the early years of the Kardashian
Oh, I think you're right.
show.
Yeah. Yep.
And
He
it was
was,
really
yeah.
hard on his first marriage, and very hard on the entire family, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a while ago. I don't know.
Oh, he's only a year older than me,
Yeah.
and they got
Yeah.
married in 2011. So
Yeah.
he was pretty young.
Yeah.
It was covered on the Kardashians, and they did a whole wedding special. It was very clear, though, I think, from watching it, this is an outsider's perspective, that they were never supposed to get married. Like, they just weren't, their worlds were too different. And it looked like, even though they were in love, they wanted different things. And leading up to the wedding, nobody called it off, and it probably should have been called off. And you look at it, but we're looking at it from an outsider's perspective, and you see it. You see the red flags.
Well, because I remember asking William, I said, was this just a PR stunt? And he looked at me like, I should know better. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, I mean, like you said,
Yeah.
I only saw little bits and pieces of that show. I remember one time they bought a house in Eden Prairie, Minnesota,
Yeah,
and
yep.
she backed up over something and
Yep.
got out. And I'm like, this is a show?
Well, I feel like everything that the Kardashians do seems like a publicity
Yeah, that's the
stunt.
thing. There's just
So
such a
it's like
fake family.
it's hard to not be like, well,
Yeah.
It feels like a publicity stunt, but I think people need to realize, like, they're not, though. Do you know what I mean? They just live in this, like, weird, hyper surreal world that,
I guess,
you know,
yeah.
if you get kind of like into the bubble of the Kardashians, I just think that for normal people, it never works out well. You have
Yeah.
to be in that, like, weird little strange bubble of it all, because everyone's always like, it's a publicity stunt. I'm like, no, she married, Kanye, she married Chris, she married Damon Dash for a hot minute. Like, that is just she's the Elizabeth Taylor of her generation, just falls in love very quickly. And
It's funny how her world is so separate from a normal person's that NBA player is considered like a commoner to her.
That is interesting because
Yeah.
I was talking to another gentleman that was there, and he was wearing a Nuggets very blinged out hat, and his son plays for the Nuggets, and he was talking about what a weird world the NBA is. That everything's expected from these young guys. That
Yep.
they're everybody knows who they are. They can't just go to the grocery store, and
Yep.
it's just a really strange.
It's very celebrity. Like,
existence.
it's not quite as bad as probably like an NFL quarterback, but
I
it's
don't know.
probably
NBA players
close.
are huge right now, I think.
yeah, NBA is, yeah.
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 The average NBA player age is 26.004.
Yeah, and a lot of them start, they're so young. And I mean, just, they're these tall, kind of naive people going into this world where there's just money, 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 and everybody wants something from them. And they're living
And
this
if you're
rock
really
star
careful
life. Yes.
of the groupies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
there is a culture now around WAGs, which is wives and girlfriends, just in case people don't know, and that celebrity with that, because you can make a lot of money in that aspect as an influencer, and then that
Right.
culture, and then there are people who just want the baby train money, and there's that too.
Well, I just think that it's just not, it's not a real existence. It just isn't. And it has to play with your head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you don't
For
know
all
who
of them.
to trust.
You can
Yeah.
never trust anyone because they're.
No, you really can't.
You just assume they're all after your money.
Yeah.
How long is? I know last week we were talking about how long the average NFL player played professionally. How long does an average
Oh, what his
NBA
career?
player?
What his career is?
Career-wise, yeah.
Let's see.
I would guess 5-6
Probably
years, maybe.
4 or 5 years, I would
I feel like
guess.
it's a little bit longer than NFL. Because NFL was like 3, wasn't
Yeah, I
it?
think it was
Yeah,
Very
three,
short.
yeah. Andy looked it up. It was very short.
About a little over 4.5 years.
There you go.
That's
Yep.
it.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you've got some people that seem to be able to play for 10, 12 years.
Well, I feel like the NBA has a lot more like it doesn't take much to take a player out forever.
Well, that's one real big disadvantage of being so very tall.
That's the thing, is they're so tall that
Yep.
their
Their
joints are
joints.
very weak.
Yeah.
Their
Knees,
hearts are
ankles.
weak. Yep.
Yep.
And
Achilles.
all it takes is a really bad break of a joint, and you're never playing again.
Yeah, and they're pretty mean to each other on those courts.
They're not supposed to
Well,
be
you can't be.
quite.
Well,
they're not
they still-
supposed to
A lot of
be.
technical fouls.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it still hurts.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you get a technical foul and you take out your rival from the NBA forever. It's like, of course you're going to do
You're
it.
7 feet tall.
No, of
and
course you get ejected from the season if you hurt somebody
Oh,
intentionally.
interesting.
But
Yeah.
if you're 7 feet tall and you fall down, that's
Yeah, it's a long way to go.
That's
It's
way to
different
go.
than my fall.
Yes.
It's a long
I'm
way
already
down.
on the ground.
The average NFL is 3.3, so yeah.
Yep.
So the NBA length of a career is about a year, a little more than a year longer than the NFL, but still
And then
not.
there's people like LeBron.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
been
he's
in it
kind of a
forever.
beefier guy, so
Yeah,
maybe
he
that's
is.
why.
Well, but I feel like most stars last. It would be interesting to see the average, because averages, like, there's a lot of bench players
Yeah.
that kind of float around for 3 years, and then they're like,
Right.
well, I'm never going to actually, like, make it big in this, and so then they quit. But, like,
Why would you quit?
all
You
the
still make
starting
money.
A lot of money.
NBA starters, I'd say their careers are probably closer to 10 years or more.
Starters, yeah.
And
Yeah.
also, they have access to the best doctors, nutrition. They're hiring a team to keep them in top shape.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
No, we had to show you that though, because I'd tell you one thing I will say.
I know. I looked out the window and I'm like, Tom looks like a little boy.
I do look like a little boy.
He's so
But-
sweet.
You know what I loved about that? William Humphreys and I, well, the four of us, have all become very, very good friends and all the rest of it. And every time I see William, he doesn't say it to me, he says it to Kathryn. Just remember, Kathryn, if you guys need any help or anybody's coming after Tom, just give me a call. I'll take care of it. So I'm like, okay. I don't know if that's a good thing for them or not, but
Awesome.
but it was a group of many, many different kinds of people.
Bark.
I mean, there was every kind of person there, not one pain in the ass. Everybody was just really, really nice.
They were.
Very pleasant. All this talk about everybody hates everybody is ridiculous.
I want to know the name of that jazz duo that they had.
Well, that
there.
jazz
It was
duo
on
was
her
really good.
invitation.
They were
Krista.
really good.
And
Then they screwed up and let William sing, but other than that,
yeah,
Joe
he did.
wants us to bring up, it has been 8 years, just about to the day, since Chester Bennington died.
Boy, do I
know?
know this person? Is it
Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park. Oh, God. Yeah, there you
I remember that was like,
It was July 20th, so we're about a day,
go. Yesterday, yeah.
day
Yeah.
ahead.
Kenny Holman was the name of
because his wife,
the jazz.
she
person.
like wrote a book or something, right? Like she was.
I think so.
She did a big like publicity tour about awareness of mental health and stuff
Because
like
he
that.
died by suicide.
Yeah. Yeah, she did. She like
Rough.
took that and was like, I'm going to do everything I can to keep this from happening to even a couple more people.
It's crazy how that was 8 years ago. Does not feel like it was 8 years ago.
No.
No,
If
it
you'd said 5, I would have
was-
been like, okay,
yeah.
yeah, maybe it happened like right before the pandemic or something. I go, okay.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
time for you.
I don't know how I'm going to set this up, but all 5 of those guys want to come on and do the podcast. I'm like, where are we going to find room for 5, 7?
No one
to
else,
do like
no
3
one else could
shows
be
worth.
here.
Yeah.
So.
Good God. I mean, these guys are huge, and they're all in phenomenal shape, of course. Not one extra ounce on them. They're just unbelievable. But again, some of the nicest people you'd ever want to meet. These were NBA superstars, made a ton of money, could be the biggest. They're the nicest people you'd ever want to talk to. I mean, and I'll close with this. It was a celebration at Williams' house, and all these different people of different ages. There were people there from, what would you say, 25 to 85.
I would never guess a lady's age. She
I'm not talking about ladies.
You already guessed her age.
That's true.
That
But
you
what
said
I'm saying
you
is,
looked your dress.
there were all these different
Could be
people there.
anything.
There were some people there because of basketball. There were some people there because they went to Bible study school or whatever it's called together.
was Bible study.
Bible study together. All these different reasons for coming together, and nobody went, "What do you do that for?" They're like, "Oh, I respect that. I could see that would be helpful."
I'd do that to you, though, Tom.
Yes, you do it to me
Yes.
all the time. That's very, very true. There's no question
There was a
about it.
9-month-old there. He was really cute.
Oh, they had a 9-month-old there. Was really.
Did you ask him what he did that for? Like, why he's a baby?
Why are you a baby?
Why are you a baby?
He kept looking at Uncle Tommy and smiling, though. He thought
he
I
was
was
a
hilarious.
flirtmeister.
He
Yeah,
thought
he
I
was
was
cute.
hilarious. It
And
was
some
wonderful.
babies
I
are
enjoyed
just so
it.
like, hello.
He
That's all
was
I'm
super
saying.
flirty.
Yeah, it's
But
so
so-
funny how some babies are like the biggest flirts and others are like, don't look at me
Mm-hmm.
ever.
Yes.
So thank you to the Humphreys again. And, you don't think about that, Krista, that basically, well, you know a lot of very famous people, and when you hang out with them, you don't even think about that. So they go, oh, Chris Humphreys, you wanted some inside info on that deal.
Well, that was such a pop culture moment because they're.
It was.
I think they were only married like 76 days.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
think
it.
that's
It wasn't.
right.
And it was
long.
a-
It wasn't.
I will say that was a very beautiful wedding. They both looked
Oh, I
incredible.
suppose.
They spent
Yep.
a lot of money, and then 76 days later, you're like, what?
Let's see. Well, technically,
done.
the marriage lasted 2 years, but
Oh, before
They were
everything
together.
was finalized.
Before they separated.
yes, they. Let's see.
I'd like to see that prenup.
Married August 20th, 2011. October 31st, 2011. Kim filed for divorce. 72 days.
72.
So yeah, not long.
And they sold their honeymoon to like Us Weekly back in the era when the tabloids were like dishing out a ton of money for
Yeah,
exclusive
yeah.
pictures.
Yep.
So I think I want to say that they went to like Fiji or Bora Bora or somewhere like that, and a photographer traveled with them and took exclusive photos. And I'm sure they made a nice, tidy sum of money for those honeymoon photos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. But
Yep.
honestly, God, the closing before we get on to some other news with Kristen Burt. So Chris Humphreys is like 7 feet tall. He is in phenomenal shape. What does he weigh? Probably about 250, something like that.
I don't know how.
Yeah, big
how
guys
would
that
I
big, you
weigh?
don't know how big it.
Well, like
And he's
muscle
handsome
weight.
as hell. It's just not fair.
He's 6'9", 235. Apparently, his listed stats.
Oh, he's only 6'9"? I thought he was
He's
close
only
to 7.
6'9".
Only.
He's only
Close to
6'9".
7.
Shorty.
6'9" is close to
Did he
7.
remarry at all?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah,
I don't
interesting.
think he
But,
did. No.
You know, it's kind of nice. You get to the party, and William comes over, gives me a hug, and then Chris comes over and gives me a hug, and it was such a warm, nice, friendly feeling. Because you hear about this turmoil, everything sucks. No, it doesn't.
Not at a
Settle.
jazz party.
Not at a jazz party,
Not
baby.
at a jazz
You
party.
can't be bummed at a jazz party.
All right, Kristen Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So, yes, I will reach out to them because they want to do a podcast together. So we'll have them in for the
Do it.
podcast one day.
I'm sure there will be. You can't get a word in.
Probably
If I know.
not.
Well,
would-
I know William.
Yeah,
so.
William is a talker.
Well, William can
He's been
talk.
on the podcast before.
Yeah, he has indeed. No question.
I had Chat GPT give me a list of career lengths per sports leagues. The lowest is NFL, and then the NBA. The highest, there's 2 that are tied, and neither will surprise you, but I bet you wouldn't guess either
Golf?
of them. Oh, well, yeah, you got one of them. There you go.
There you go.
NASCAR.
Golf is average career length of 10 years, and yes, NASCAR's the other 10 years
I was gonna
again.
say, that's not
And
really.
then bop, bop,
If you
deliver.
make it out alive.
Yeah, if NASCAR, fiery
boy,
crash.
yeah.
Oh,
NASCAR
boy.
doesn't it's not taxing on your body unless you die.
That's true. The lowest,
you
actually,
die.
it's debatable because it depends a lot on what level you are.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
MMA.
MMA, yeah.
A lot of people, I mean, they'll get in the ring and they will get
Die.
horribly injured instantly, and that's the end of their
Brain
career,
injury
one fight.
forever, yeah.
I would just climb. Is that when they're in the big cage
I
thing?
think so,
I
yeah.
would
So,
climb up to the
UFC,
roof
yeah.
of the cage and then hang.
You do what
on it,
Spider-Man did in
like a
Spider-Man
bat,
1?
and wait until it's over. Be like, no, thank
I don't
you.
think you'd be good at that then.
I don't think
Absolutely
you
not.
don't really have the UFC build, no.
I do not.
Although UFC fighters are not
They're
tall.
big people. No.
I wonder.
Now, I got to
Take a
ask
pack a
Kristen
punch.
this because I noticed something today on Roku. It was announced that all that MMA stuff is leaving. It's going away. Do people not watch that anymore?
I think it's kind of been fading for a while.
Oh, has it?
Trump is having an MMA fight
Oh, that's
on the
right.
White House lawn to
What?
celebrate
For the
something.
250th, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Well, why would that all be leaving just before he did that?
Well, maybe it's not leaving, and maybe they're just mad because Donald Trump likes
Oftentimes,
it.
if things are leaving, it just has to do with agreements ending.
Oh, I see.
Licensing deals and things like that. Because right now, I mean, if you have any type of sports, most of the streamers are scrambling to
Yes.
get the rights to it.
Oh, okay.
Live sports is where all of the money is at. That's where all
Really?
the advertising dollars are currently going. And secondary to that are live events, a la award shows or
Yeah,
special
yeah.
one-offs. That is where the future is right now in terms of entertainment, sports, and then live events.
It's he wants a UFC fight on the White House grounds on the 4th of July next year because it's the 250th.
Oh, of course he does.
250,
That makes
yeah.
perfect sense.
Well, he's
That's
like he's involved with the UFC
Great.
somehow, so
Oh, I see.
it's like
Place
making it
to
his
have
thing.
it.
Right.
Weird.
People's lawn, a UFC fight.
Right. It's like how Bill Clinton played the saxophone on the White House grounds.
There we go.
Well, it was
That
interesting.
was also sacrilege.
It was interesting because I knew a bunch of those MMA guys for a long time, and they used to come in and do the show like 10, 12 years ago, and they were some big fellas, I'll tell you that. Jesus.
Oh, I always
That
thought
was
they
a
were
time because I even remember being in New York City. I was working there for a couple weeks, and we went to a bar to go watch like one of the MMA fights on pay-per-view because we were out of town. But that was like not that I was really watching it, but it was such a big deal at the time.
Right.
Kristen's kill him, get him.
Yeah, I can, yeah.
This is me going, the blood.
It's really intense.
I know. I
Eat my
can't.
french fries.
I have never once watched an MMA
I
fight.
Me either.
I can't stand watching boxing. I cannot stand somebody being
Yeah.
punched in the face. I
I
just
don't know.
can't stand
wrestling.
No.
I'm just
None
like,
of
why
it's
are
for
we
me.
doing this?
Not for you.
Why
Based on-
can't we
Based
just...
on my height, I would be a welterweight.
Oh,
5'11 to 5'11 and a half. It's very
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, before I
very
forget-
tight. Yeah.
We watched a movie.
Oh, look at
Did
you.
watch a
It's an
movie.
older movie that I had never heard of before in my life. It was about
Charlie
Alfred
Chaplin?
Hitchcock
Oh, that was really good. Yeah,
with
it
Helen
was.
Mirren.
What was it called? I think I've seen
You
it.
never
was
know
called
what anything
Hitchcock.
you watch.
Yes,
is
I've
called.
seen this.
You saw that?
Because I
Never
am,
even
good.
heard of
I'm
it.
weirdly obsessed with Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh yeah, that
Yes.
was
Well,
Oscar
your father
nominated.
is
Yes.
with Alfred Hitchcock.
2012.
Yeah, it was
that,
really
that was Oscar
old.
nominated.
Yeah, that was a
And it
big
was-
deal.
Yeah, and
Big
I don't know, I think it must have popped up on You Might Like This, and it's like leaving soon, so
Yeah.
it must be a limited
Yeah,
release.
Anthony Hopkins
Anthony
played.
Hopkins played him,
yeah.
Yeah, really good movie.
I
Yeah.
had
Really
no idea that Alfred Hitchcock's wife was a writer, producer, big deal in Hollywood.
Yeah.
If that's all true, I mean, I don't know if the story's true at all. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was as true as Hollywood makes it. You know what I mean? But they didn't. You know how? Well, I'm saying like they took the actual facts. I'm sure they Hollywoodized some of
Yeah.
the scenes and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that she
but-
kind of saved. What was the movie? Oh, Psycho.
Psycho, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was really surprised because I thought The Birds was as big as Psycho, but Psycho was
No,
absolutely
Psycho was
his
huge,
way
yeah.
biggest
Yes.
It was
one.
huge.
That was like a
Scarlett
cult
Johansson
following.
as Janet Leigh is great in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God! If they
Yeah.
tightened up her clothes anymore, I don't know how she could have walked. Oh my God! What the
Tailoring.
hell? It was like, okay, Hollywood.
Okay.
We know
don't
she's a
think-
babe.
I don't think you need to go that far with the tight clothes. It was like very, very tailored. Show off all of her assets. But what was interesting too about that show was that, and I don't like, once again, in the movie, they wouldn't produce the show. Alfred Hitchcock put up his own money,
Yeah, yep.
if it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the
I
problem
did the
with
premiere
Hollywood.
of that. I was like, that was over a decade ago.
Yeah, you never know what's true because, I mean,
That was when this show was brand new.
the truth could be there was a man named Alfred Hitchcock.
In fact,
and
you
that's-
might have talked about it when you went on our show for the first time.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's
Probably.
probably true.
I wonder actually, when did it come out, like
2012.
specifically?
It's a 2012.
I want to say like November, December,
Specifically.
because it was very cold on the red carpet. So that was LA cold.
November 23rd for the full release, November 1st. So yeah, I bet if I went back and listened to an episode in November, you probably talked about Hitchcock.
I bet.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Probably,
remember
absolutely.
watching it, which is weird because it was
Great
a
movie.
good movie.
It was really,
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
good.
because you probably got the screeners for it.
Oh yeah, back
Tom,
then
at
that's
that
when
point.
we
Yeah.
got
Oh,
screeners
yeah.
for everything.
Maybe that's when I saw it.
You still do. They're just digital.
right.
Yeah.
But Tom doesn't do that.
No.
No.
He doesn't do the.
He doesn't
Which is
do
crazy
digital.
because then you will go and you will watch a movie on your cable or you will download one from Amazon Prime.
Well, but you can't get it on the TV though. You have to watch it on your
You
computer.
can get it on your TV. Yes, you can.
You can mirror it, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
is Tom going to do that?
If you have a smart TV, it's very easy
Well,
to
Kathryn
do.
could do it, but I don't even know what's
Yeah.
going on with.
Would you do it either?
I would do it.
I just want to know when the American Doc Martin starts. Let's go.
Not till next fall, I think.
Well, it's not till next
or
fall.
next spring?
It has they haven't given it a release date yet. They just announced the pilot.
2025 to 2026 season, according to Variety.
25,
Yeah.
26.
So-
So
But
this
that's going to
fall.
be 26 most likely.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh, is it? Okay.
it hasn't been announced for fall. So
It'll
Yeah.
be very interesting to
Oh,
see
well.
what it looks like.
Yeah, it will be good. It is a great show. I am amazed hardly anybody knows about the show Doc Martin.
well, they will now because
Yeah.
It's
come to the U.S. And that's the
pretty
thing. Like,
popular.
actually, if Doc Martin here in the U.S. is well written and well acted, which I think it will be with Josh Charles,
Right.
we will probably see Doc Martin, the UK version, become very popular, which is what happened with The Office.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
well,
absolutely.
when we were in Port Isaac, aka Port Wen, they said that the Australians are now showing up because it's been released in Australia.
Right.
So they're like, now there's all kinds of Australians. It's like,
I wonder if a bunch of
Yeah.
people went to Australia when Bluey came out.
Probably not.
I think they live in
Maybe.
Queensland. I don't know. It's pretty big. I bet
It is
Bluey is
huge.
probably bigger than Doc Martin ever was. So
yeah, but you don't really see any scenery.
yeah, you do.
real-
It's actually
No.
based on Queensland, and you can apparently. I've heard Australians talk about it online, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's that one shop that I go to." And
Oh,
so
well,
they actually
maybe.
they like it's recognizable, but they get rid of the branding, obviously. but-
Yeah.
Australia had a woman who was, she was a very well-respected actress, and she would go to remote areas and do a series, and I can't think of her name. I can see her face. And they had the same thing. When they filmed in a little area, all of a sudden it became very popular and everybody moved there. Gosh, what was her name?
I know New Zealand got a whole lot of tourism after Lord of the Rings came out because
Oh,
that's where
yeah.
the
I
Hobbit,
did that.
the Shire was. They
Oh,
shot it in New
right.
Zealand.
Yeah.
So, and I think they kept the Shire like up, and I think you can go visit it. I think. I'm not super into
Shire.
Lord of the Rings, but I know enough
I have
about
no
it.
idea.
It's like the Breaking Bad tour you can do in New Mexico. People
Yep.
show up to those locations. I can't believe after 20 years, people are still doing the Sex and the City tour.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
gross.
they go and look at all of the locations of where it was filmed, which is kind of unbelievable. But if people are obsessed with the show, they will absolutely
Yep.
do that.
Well, today's a very exciting day for Ethan.
Why?
It's the premiere of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Plus.
Oh boy.
We're gonna have to
dear.
go
The
watch it when
seventh
I get home.
resurgence.
That's actually only the fourth.
Oh, well, sorry. Okay. Excuse
The
me.
fourth identical Mickey Mouse show.
That I didn't even know that they were all different. I thought it was just all
I mean,
Mickey
they
Mouse
all look
Clubhouse.
basically the same. But this is going to be the first, I think, the first one with the new Mickey voice.
New Mickey voice.
Yeah, because his voice actor,
Died.
he died a while back. When did he die? Let's see here.
They're not going to AI that.
Oh, 2000,
Oh, yeah.
2009, so actually that was a while ago.
He
Yeah.
died in 2009.
Wayne Allwine, yep.
And then Walt actually did the voice himself at first, didn't he?
For almost 20 years, yes.
20 years, I thought so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you listen to the original, like the Walt Disney era Mickey Mouse shorts, he sounds so dumb. Because he's literally just a guy doing like a falsetto voice. Like, come
Yes.
on, Pluto. It just sounds,
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
sound great.
It all works out. So any closing words there, sister?
Don't forget it's Shark Week if you're into sharks,
Oh, it
as we
is.
like to
Sharks.
say.
Get into sharks.
Sharks from Massachusetts. That's on Discovery, of course. There's a new documentary premiere on Netflix about the Ed Sullivan Show, so I think that would be
Ooh.
fun.
Oh,
And
love it.
yes,
Love it.
how Ed Sullivan helped define pop culture in that era. So that's on Netflix, dropping today. And there's a new series, The Hunting Wives, that drops on Netflix today. Another one of those like rich people, murder mysteries, lots of sex. If you like those like frothy types of
Frothy.
series based off of a book, yeah, it is going to be the show for you. It's got Brittany Snow, Malin Ackerman, and Dermot Mulroney.
God, I tell you, looking back, 1964, I'm 12 years old, and I will never forget Ed Sullivan. And now, for all you youngsters, that's how he introduced the Beatles. For all you youngsters.
I mean, there was a point
Well,
where
yeah,
the Beatles
yeah.
were for
They were
youngsters.
definitely
Yeah,
for
for
youngsters.
youngsters.
They were.
Yeah,
There.
because all the old people thought they were like too
Yeah.
hip and crazy.
The old people
Yep.
were like, Maple Leaf Rag, that's where it's at.
Did I tell you
Yes.
about the front row tickets, Kristen?
With the what?
The front row tickets to Paul McCartney.
Oh, when are you going?
Where we're not
No.
going because we sat in the front row center for the last time he was in town, which was a great experience. So the ticket company reached out to me and said, Tom, we held on to a pair of tickets just in case you wanted them. Pair of tickets, front row center, $20,000.
I'm like,
somebody
I'll
wants
take
to-
my $119 tickets
Yes.
to Ashley Simpson in Vegas next month.
There you go.
Is he really
Yeah.
pulling that much business still that they can charge 20 grand for tickets? That's
Yeah.
insane.
It's almost sold out
As a
the first
legend,
day.
he can. Yeah, he
The
can.
first day it opened up,
suppose.
I think it might have sold out. It came very close to selling out the first day.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to buy $20,000 worth of tickets to see Paul
ridiculous.
McCartney.
Crazy.
He's got to be pretty old, right?
He's got to be late 70s.
He's 83.
He's 83?
So, yeah, he's definitely getting up there, but apparently he can still do it.
Maybe I'm amazed.
I know. I wonder how good he still
Jude.
sounds.
Hey, Jude.
Hey, Jude
You
played
sing
during
Jude to Judy. Hey.
Judy.
Yep, that's
Singing to Judy.
yes.
No doubt about it. All right, we will talk to you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Very much. Kristen Bird
Thank
Entertainment News
you.
brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com and learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Take a break. Be right back in a couple of seconds. Should have a couple of special guests up in a minute or two from now. We'll be right back. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about my bank. That'd be North American Banking Company. Look, it's easy to feel just like another account number at a big national bank, but that's not how it works with my friends at North American Banking Company. Whether you're visiting their locations in Roseville, 50th and France, Hastings, Woodbury, Shoreview, or Maple Grove, you'll always find real people who know you by name and actually care about your finances, not some AI chatbot. They also offer all the modern conveniences you expect, like online banking and mobile banking, but with a personal touch that only a community bank can offer. So why settle for less when you can bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Visit nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We're back, Andy.
We are back.
All right. Bob Sansevier is ready to cook.
Sure is.
Mike Oberg said he was going to come in for the show today, but it's 6 minutes after. Where the hell is he?
Maybe they can't find it.
A lot of people can't find this place. Are you
Yeah,
checking
that's
your
true.
texts?
They wander through the halls while I checked my phone. He didn't
I remember
text
Louis
me.
Anderson one time. He's calling me. He's like, I can't find your place. I was like,
I can't find the studio.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah, I don't think I have a message from him or anything. So hopefully he's okay. How you doing, Bob?
Lovely as can be.
Lovely as can be. So what's the latest?
The latest, we may have the Washington Redskins back in the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah, we
if
might.
President Trump has his way.
What's that?
Trump wants he's like blocking the building of the stadium, I think.
In D.C., because
Yeah.
that's they would need federal approval
Yep.
to build a stadium in D.C.
He says you can't build a
And-
stadium unless you call them the Redskins again.
Okay, I don't understand why he's wasting his time on this.
Yeah, why does he
it's
waste his
so
time
dumb.
on
It
this
just
stuff?
irritates people.
I mean,
He's
I'm gonna
just
look in the hall,
doing
see if
it
he's
to
up.
be irritating.
Well, and he said make Indians great again.
well,
MIGA, MIGA.
Yeah.
well, why don't we ask the Indians? You know,
Well, I
mean,
think
really.
there is a petition among some tribe. I think the family, the descendants of the
Chief Wahoo
the
man.
Indian pictured that was on the side of the helmet, they've said, "Hey, we want it back."
Yeah, that's the thing. It depends on what tribe you ask. And some of them are all for it. Some of them could not care less, and some of them are super against it. But of course,
Yes.
the only ones who got any airplay were the ones who were super against it because outrage sells.
I got to be honest. Cleveland Indians, I don't know why they changed it, but Redskins, I kind of see that.
Yeah,
get it.
Redskins is definitely. Anytime you're looking at talking about somebody's appearance, I
Yeah.
just think that that's always a bad idea these days.
Yes.
It's
We should
just
change from the
not
Vikings to
okay.
the Whiteskins.
Yeah, I mean, it just.
That might not go over.
No, I don't think that.
Overwhelmingly well.
See, that's what I mean. It's just
There you
not.
go.
Appearance things should be taken away. I agree. But if it's kind of honoring some sort of a tribal thing, if it's okay with the tribe.
Well, yeah, I guess
But
like it
what
would be
tribe
better.
decides?
That's right. That's the thing. It's like I guess it would be better to be like the Cherokee rather than just like the Indians, because Indian is so vast.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be like calling yourself the white people. That's not okay.
Yeah, and then
but
one-
the,
yeah, and
the
then one-
Celts or the Celts are it's
Right.
Celtics. That's it. Celtics is okay. Vikings is okay because those are like specific groups.
Well, aren't you waiting for the group, though, that comes in and says, Vikings, all they did was rape and pillage.
Well,
We
they
can't
did.
have
They
that."
did. I
They
know.
did.
I was always wondering why Minnesota wasn't outraged by that because I mean Minnesota is just the land of 10,000
Well,
outrages.
Yeah,
So
it sure is.
They may get to wait until they get their new mayor and see the outrage that comes out of that guy.
Yeah.
no, I guess not. I guess they all cheered when they all declared themselves the Socialist Democratic
Yep.
Party. It was all cheers and happiness.
Well, see, that's the problem, though. Go outstate and see what they think of that.
But they
Even
don't care.
even closer to the city, it's in Minneapolis. The people that show up at these conventions, I don't know what their deal is.
Yeah.
Well, they don't care. I mean,
No.
the city holds all the power and all the voters,
know
so
it.
they just don't care. Mm-hmm. Right?
Well,
I mean,
good luck with all that.
I was talking to some people last night that moved out to Cologne. They got out of Minneapolis right around the COVID time. Like so many people left Hennepin County because of all the extended lockdowns and all the stuff that Walz was doing. And now Walz, I believe it's his administration that announced that they're going to raise taxes in all the surrounding counties because Hennepin County is pretty much pissed away all their
Yep.
money.
But I don't think they can
And-
do that. I'm pretty sure the counties set their own tax
Well, they
rates.
said they're gonna do it. Melissa was the one that told me that you're in Carver.
Carver, yep.
At Carver County said, why should we be responsible for your mismanagement of your gigantic budget? Why would you come out
tens
here
of billions of dollars.
and make us,
Where is it?
Yeah, make us pay for your fraud and your this and your that and all of your ideals that we don't want. We don't want any of it. And I mean, she has a point, but you can't fight City Hall, can you?
Yeah, you can to a point. I mean, this stuff with Walls, not a single person has been held accountable for feeding our future, and the fraud and scandal that involved.
Well, the people-
I don't understand that at all.
You mean within the government? Yes.
I'm talking about within the government,
Well,
but I
and-
mean, at some point, I think the media needs to get more involved, and I think
Well,
we
they
have
won't.
in some ways. But no, it's a past. It's not holding him or anyone to the feet to the fire.
But they will not do
So-
it. The only people that are doing it is that Bill Glahn and Alpha News. Those are the only two outlets that I've ever seen much reported on it. This Omar Fatah,
I don't know.
He's
It's
the-
I think
Minneapolis.
that's
I
how you
don't
say
care.
it.
he is the, right, he's now their darling.
Yes.
He's going to be mayor
Yeah.
next. He was involved in some ways with the Feeding Our Future scandal.
Oh, yeah,
And
absolutely.
I'm not saying anything that it hasn't been proven.
Recorded.
Recorded. And this is okay, apparently, with the voters. I don't.
That you can steal money and that's okay.
Well, and I don't even understand. I mean, within this, even if within the Somali community, I mean, you wouldn't want a mayor just because he looks like you if you know he is corrupt.
You wouldn't
Really?
hope.
You think
Right?
that?
Wouldn't you
They,
think?
they want a congressperson that they don't care anything about her. If it's in fact true that she married her brother to keep
Yeah.
him here,
Yep.
But-
they don't care about that. That means nothing to them.
Well, that's because getting in here at any cost is, that's kind of what the whole Democratic Party is running on now with the illegal immigrants, right? It's like any cost. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's children being trafficked. It doesn't matter if there's rapists and murderers being brought in. Any cost to bring them in because they know that they're changing the voting structure of America.
Well, did you see the story that I think broke earlier today about the border agent shot in the face by two guys
Yeah.
who have been, they're illegal, and they have been through the system in New York and Massachusetts, and they just keep letting out
Yep.
or let out.
Yep.
Now they're not going to be let out because the ISIS now has them in custody, and they're not going to let them walk. It's horrific what happened, with the criminals that were allowed to come here and basically do what they wanted.
I kind of feel like Minnesota should just go ahead and surrender the city.
Yeah, may as
Yeah,
well.
for
And just
real.
become the
Make it a
communist
city-state,
state that
yeah.
they want to be, but somehow they have to isolate themselves to a certain budget.
What makes you think they haven't?
Well-
Talk to your friends about how often do you go to Minneapolis now?
Never.
Is it less than what you did several years ago?
Never.
I have a
I never-
moratorium.
Yeah. We
Maybe
hardly-
once a
No
year.
interest.
Yeah, we hardly
No
ever go
interest.
anymore.
We basically go in to see Kostaki. That's like the only reason we go to
Yeah, that's about
Minneapolis
it.
Yeah,
anymore.
go see it.
Bob, I'll give you an
Shows them.
example. I mean, I grew up in North Minneapolis.
Yeah.
As a little boy, 8, 9 years old, I used to walk from Plymouth Avenue downtown, walk around Hennepin Avenue, and then walk back home. Nobody ever bothered me. I wouldn't do that as a grown adult now.
Well, Tom, I lived in Uptown. I had no problem walking Uptown, but I would
Right.
take the bus down to watch the
Yep.
the theater that was there on right on Hennepin. What was that called again?
Skyway?
Skyway. I used to love doing that.
Oh, yeah.
And now, I don't think so. And people who think, "Oh, you're an alarmist, you're crazy," blah blah blah. No, it's just
It's
I don't
bad.
feel safe in that city anymore.
When I was 15, 16, I used to do a bus transfer on 7th and Hennepin
Yeah, oh,
to go
yeah.
see my friends
Oh,
that lived
yeah.
over by the
Yep.
University of Minnesota. Guess what? Nobody ever bothered me.
No.
Not once.
Well, I have a friend, and I can't
Didn't think
say where he
anything of it.
works, but he has a job downtown at a certain business that does a nighttime business, and he literally has to pull his gun out to escort somebody out almost every night now.
Fun.
I mean, stirring up that kind of danger where you actually have to pull a gun on a person to get them the hell out of your business.
And one of the toughest jobs and Tom, you know a lot of them, is to be a cop in Minneapolis now because they have hamstrung those guys
Yeah.
Yep.
that I think they don't want to do anything because they know they're going to wind up being brought up on charges or put in jail if they make one wrong step.
Yeah.
Did you think you'd ever see in a Minneapolis newspaper, the guy just flat out came out and said, "I'm a communist." And this is the guy they want to elect, a communist. How's it going in China? How's that going for the people there?
Well, that's the
They're
that's,
in, they,
that's the
love
ridiculous
socialism.
statement about how, the communists just aren't doing it right. Well, why would you base
Yeah.
your political aspirations and ideals on something that has never worked right? Why
Never
wouldn't you rebrand it and call it something else and give people a roadmap on how this is going to be so wonderful?
Well, because they know so much better than we do. They could make it
Yeah,
better.
that's true,
They
isn't
could put a good spin on socialism and communism.
Yeah, I don't know where that spin is.
I don't either. I just don't. We had this discussion the other day. I just cannot believe how rude and arrogant people have gotten in the city of Minneapolis and St. Paul. It's just, I'll do whatever I want, whenever I want. I mean, it all came up because I was watching a guy eat a sandwich last week.
As
He
you
finished his
do.
sandwich, rolled up the paper, standing right next to a trash can. He just threw it in the street. He's right next to a trash can. Didn't even think of putting it in there. Now, what point was he trying to make?
He's a maverick.
Yeah, I guess he's a maverick.
He's going rogue.
I forgot. You're a maverick now.
Well, and now I don't know about Omar Fadi, which, by the way, you could call him as a nickname because it's that thing like calling somebody shorty when they're tall,
When they're tall, yeah.
or fatty when they're skinny. So, that he is this guy is a rail. What's he weigh? Like 70 pounds? That's what he looks like. But is he or the guy Mandami in New York? Have they brought up anything about? Because they come from cultures where Sharia law does exist.
Yes.
Have they pushed that agenda yet?
Well, the New York guy is a very privileged.
Yeah, he sure is.
His parents are very privileged. He's never been poor. I don't know Minneapolis guy's background. I don't know when he came here, how long he's been here.
I saw something like 2017 is when he moved here.
But I don't think he
from-
moved to Minnesota. I think he was someplace else for a long time.
Yeah, he was. And not from. He didn't come straight from Somalia.
He was born in
lived
Washington,
somewhere.
D.C. to immigrant parents from Somalia. So he's a second generation born in Washington,
And how
D.C.
did he end up in Minnesota, I wonder?
Spent summer breaks in Minneapolis as a child, apparently. And then he
Family
moved
movie.
here in 2015.
Does he have any? Is he tied to Feeding Our Future in any way?
Yes, yes.
He
Bit-
definitely is. Does it say, Andy, in what you're looking at, how he was?
Let's see.
Hopefully it doesn't start with, he was the mastermind behind.
If you follow
Yeah,
Bill
there you go.
Glahn, Glahn, he has documented all of this stuff on Feeding Our Future, and he did an article on this guy and how he is related to a bunch of stuff that really is not good.
That's wonderful.
And he
He
right now, he's
received-
currently on the city council, right?
He received
That's-
$11,000 in campaign donations from people involved in Feeding Our Future.
Or he had to return 11,000. I think he had more, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It just says he returned 11,000.
Okay.
I saw something where when he moved here, he ran for the school board in Arlington and got defeated, and then is that when he moved to Minneapolis, or
Yeah, he
it's
was
something
in
like that.
Virginia for a little while.
Or maybe it was in Virginia that he ran and then moved here. Arlington is all it said. Didn't say what state.
He ran for a school board seat in Northern Virginia, and that's all it
Okay,
says.
that's where it was. Arlington, Virginia. Okay.
I have a
Got
question.
defeated.
So how do you end up being a politician in Minnesota?
It was so easy to do, probably.
Well, that's true.
I mean, when is the last time that Minneapolis didn't have a goofball for a mayor?
It's been a while.
Can you even remember, Bob, looking back?
R.T. Ryback wasn't too bad.
R.T. Ryback.
R.T.
that's
Ryback,
true.
isn't he the one that stopped the loitering laws in downtown and turned it into what it is today? Wasn't he the one?
They allowed, yeah, I believe that's true. They allowed people to do whatever they want. down
Yeah.
there.
Well, I
Just
remember
because you're
like
selling
Tim said,
drugs all day doesn't mean it's illegal to loiter.
Well, he went a little left there.
Yes, he
Weird.
did.
But I worked with him at the Star Tribune when I first started, and I liked the guy. We would play Saturday afternoon football games in the park,
Oh, really?
which was kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in years and years. He was always very pleasant to me, but he had some far-reaching ideas about what was good for the city.
Yeah, and Sharon says Belton. She came along. Who was the one that after her? There was one of them that sort of cozied up to you guys. with your
Rudy
show.
Turpich?
No, I know who you're
That was
talking
a long
about.
time ago.
The woman.
Betsy Hodges.
Oh,
Betsy
yeah.
Hodges.
She was
Yeah,
on our
that's right.
show a bunch, and then she got elected and couldn't care less about us anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
those
I
things disappeared.
started calling her on her shit because she was really bad.
She was way out there.
Yeah, she was bad.
I think the most recent good mayor of Minneapolis was George Pillsbury.
Yes, there you go. George Pillsbury.
Wow.
That's exactly right.
Was
of
Hubert
the
H. ever
filters.
the mayor
Yep.
of Minneapolis?
He was mayor of
okay.
Minneapolis in the 40s, I think.
Was who?
Hubert Humphrey.
Oh, Hubert Humphrey.
Oh,
Yep,
was
45
a
to
mayor.
48.
45 to 48. There you go. So we weren't
And,
even alive yet, but
Nope.
you know.
Who? Does it say if there ever was a Republican mayor in Minneapolis?
Their last
No, I'm serious.
Most recently was in 1973.
Who?
Who was that?
Who was that?
Richard Erdahl, and it looks like he wasn't mayor for. He was mayor for one day. Okay.
One day?
How does that happen?
How did that?
Guy?
No, that's the thing. Is the guy before and after him is the same guy, Albert Hofstede. So why the hell was he mayor for one
One
day?
Oh, you got to
Day.
look at this. Is a story we got to find
Yeah,
out.
Hofstede
this
got
is
arrested,
weird.
so they needed a mayor for one day.
That's interesting.
Maybe the guy had surgery and he had to give up his. But why would he
Well,
give
then-
up to a Republican?
Well, if a Republican, yeah, even if he died, wouldn't his lieutenant?
You would
No, but the
think,
guy
yeah.
came back. He said.
So he
was
came
gone-
back,
he was-
too, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was mayor for a day. Maybe it was one of those game shows. Mayor for a day.
Yeah, well, there you go. I don't know. Why
Not
do you think it
seen
is that
anything.
people are getting worse and worse and worse with their psychotic politics? What is
I think
that?
I think honestly they've always been psychotic. Because if you look back to the Civil War and that era, they were vicious to each other.
Yeah, they
but
were,
there was
yep.
no social media.
Yeah.
Social media has
Yep.
really we're learning so much more
Yeah.
about how bad it is.
That's
We
true.
never knew how bad it was until everybody's got an opinion now.
I know, and then
Oh, yeah.
everybody thinks that something should be done. Well, nothing. How can anything be done if they're all in on it? It's not like the Democrats have a lock
Well, they were
on
cornered the
fraud.
market on it.
You
They're
know,
both. Here's my biggest issue. Now we may have touched on this. The lemmings in both parties.
Yes.
They will vote the party line no matter what. That
Yep.
woman, Nicole Mitchell, who was convicted of 2 felonies last week for breaking into her stepmother's home. These Democrats supported her all the way through. They knew how bad it was what she did, but they wanted her vote.
you want to add insult to injury here. She voted on a bill about convicted felons being able to vote.
Which may allow her to stay in office.
Exactly.
Yep.
And she did say at one point that if she was convicted of something that she would drop out, but she won't. She's not going to drop out. There's just too
No,
much
and
at
we're-
stake for her.
But then, where are our Democratic colleagues? Are they going to say anything and say, "No, you need to go
No,
away
they'll just
or leave"?
spin it. They'll
just,
just-
"Oh, well, it's the law. The
They'll-
law you passed."
Exactly. They'll spin it. They will just make stuff up as they do. I don't know. I just think that
wont.
politicians have become the new demigods to a lot of very
people.
feeble-minded people. Sorry.
I think that's what it is. Just
Well, how do you
feeble-minded.
worship any politician?
I agree.
I mean, really, they're
know.
just a person.
Plus, they're in it to make money. That's why they're in it in the first place.
I don't really know that many people that deserve worship.
Well,
it should be the way it is with because you all know that I ran 8 years on the city council in Orono, and now I'm in my 9th year on the school board in Buffalo. It's
Yeah.
nonpartisan. You don't run for any party. You just
yeah,
run.
Yeah.
I've heard
Maybe
that,
that would be better.
I've heard that Buffalo's pretty partisan, isn't it? The school district? I mean, the school system? I don't
Well,
know.
the entire county is leans more to the far more to the right
Oh,
than
it
than
does.
not. I mean,
Okay.
it's probably
Yeah.
70% Republican or conservative
Oh, I did not know
in Wright
that.
County.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's the last vestige of conservatism in America.
Yeah, it probably is. That's
Perhaps.
true.
No, I mean it is because you're talking about a lot of people who, I mean, it's got the history is it's farmland and farmers who generally are conservative, and you're certainly going to find people who are liberal, but it's more heavily conservative. But even there's issues with their party leadership. They got at least one knothead in a leadership
Oh,
position.
really?
So it's everywhere.
Do
You
you-
can't get away from it.
Do you know Dr. Jensen?
Scott Jensen.
Scott Jensen? Do you know
I've
him?
talked to him, and I like him as a person, and I think he's a vet, but as a politician, he had his shot, and I think he needs to not push it.
Oh, really?
Another round.
So is there anybody that could be a viable Republican
Yes,
candidate?
we talked about him last week. Kendall Qualls.
Okay, so you
Yes.
like him. I thought he ran
like him a
before.
lot.
Didn't he run
He
before?
did, yes. Yep.
Well, he ran. He came in late in the final 5 months, and I think if you talk to him now, he would admit that he has spent the last 3 years or since that election building a ground game. I mean, going around the state and talking to people, and and getting, he knows what needs to be done now. And if you talk to him, here's what I like about him. And it's same thing I said. I did not agree with Paul Wellstone's politics, but I voted for him twice because I believe
That
that
makes sense.
everything he said he believed in, and he was not a lemming. He did not follow the party line, and I don't think Kendall is a lemming either. I think he truly believes in what he says he believes in. That's all I want from a politician is honesty and not taking that party line.
Even if you don't like their politics, you still will
Yes.
vote for them.
I will vote for someone who is honest.
That's
And
interesting.
I
to
do
me.
think that he was honest,
Okay.
Wellstone. I mean, I didn't agree with him, but I'll take it over someone who's going to lie to me.
Well, I mean, he was honest, but he was also incredibly arrogant.
Yeah, but he was still honest. He was honest, arrogant. And I also, I mean,
Honest,
I got to
arrogant.
know him a little bit because his son, wrestled and won a state title.
Oh, yeah,
And,
yeah.
I mean, I got to know him on a personal level, and I liked him on a personal level. Again, I didn't go for his politics. Was it the first week he was in office? Didn't he grab Bush's hand and wouldn't let go and was telling him what's wrong with the country?
Yep, absolutely.
But I mean, he was if he had lived, he probably would have been president.
They say that it is true that he literally had the wrong guy land that airplane. That's why it crashed.
What do you mean, the wrong guy?
Hired a guy that shouldn't have been doing it.
The guy,
Oh.
yeah, there was the captain, and then there was the whatever you call
Co-pilot?
co-pilot, and he wanted the co-pilot to land the plane, and the plane crashed and killed everybody.
Who are we talking about?
Paul Wellstone.
Wellstone.
Well, once again, that's pretty arrogant. I'll tell you who should be landing this airplane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
It's
the
like,
part of
who
him
are
I
you?
didn't care for. Well,
Yeah.
he never liked me anyway. He's just one of those typical, lefty Minnesotans that automatically that Tommy is a horrible human being.
The devil.
The devil. Whatever.
Well, it's an interesting state, and I don't know what to think about what's going to happen, because if it just keeps on going towards this, the new socialist order. Do you think that everybody knows what they're doing, Bob? Because it seems like the older white people that still watch the news, they don't know anything that's going on.
No, but here's what I think that Minneapolis is about. The one thing, like why this Omar Fadi will get elected, is because the Somalis, they are a block.
Oh,
They
yes.
are.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
United Friends right there.
They're all going out to vote.
Right.
Where others, other people just that it's hard to overcome that block of voters. And
Yeah.
there's
Yep.
certainly there's a people too, and maybe they're in Kenwood, wherever the heck they are. They will vote because they want to be supportive of the Somalis and of everything, far left and the socialist agenda.
Right.
Because somehow they think that's the right thing to do.
Well,
So
yeah.
he'll get enough votes. And I don't even know is the current mayor is running, right? I think he is, or
Fry?
trying to.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
is running.
Fry.
Yeah, he's
Well,
right.
he didn't wait. He
He didn't win the endorsement.
didn't win the
Doesn't
endorsement.
matter.
though.
No, but
He
you
doesn't
can still
have to
run.
because in there, that's like what I was describing earlier. While it is partisan, everyone can run.
Yeah.
I mean, they basically have that system where it's a weird way they elect mayor there. It's like the
Okay.
top four that advance, and then then you have to get to whoever the top one is. But it's almost like an NCAA tournament where there's
Yeah.
it just keeps getting it winnows down to who the winner actually eventually is.
Interesting. Well, Alpha News a few months ago had a story. They had a reporter that go out around, I think it was the Linden Hills area, and she was asking people what they thought of Governor Walz, and 90% of the people were like, love, worship, and adore. What do you think of Trump? Hate his guts, fascist, fascist. And then they said, oh, well, what do you think about Trump stopping Medicare payments to illegal immigrants? Well, it's because he's a fascist. He's a fascist. I was a teacher in the district for 100 years, and I taught social studies, and I taught economics, and I can tell you, when I see a fascist, I know a fascist. He's a fascist.
Oh my God.
The reporter says, oh, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. It's actually Walz that stopped the Medicare payments to illegal immigrants. And she says, you could see this look on her face, like she went from, oh, I hate him, to, oh, well, it's because he had to. I mean, that's politics right
It
there.
is. That's politics.
It's
cult
like
of
you're either
personality.
on my team of worship or there's nothing else in the whole wide
Well,
world.
Look at all the people on the left who cheered when Trump's Mar-a-Lago when it was raided, right?
Yeah,
I know.
they did.
What are they? You know what they're going to do if this stuff that Tulsi Gabbard came out with is true? It's a bigger deal than Watergate was.
You don't think that it's true? Or do you?
I'm just saying. I mean,
do you-
let's go with. Yeah, I think we have to say with the if because
Yeah.
I mean nothing's happened yet, and will anything happen? Because if it's true, I'll use the if it's. There are a number of people, including a former president of the United States, who should be arrested for treason.
Well, I don't think he can, right?
Why not?
Didn't Trump just win that case where a former president can't be tried for treason or whatever? Didn't he just win some sort of case about that? Didn't he?
Then, was Hillary Clinton a former president?
No.
I mean, she was part of it, and so was Biden too. But will it catch on in mainstream media? You look around, you're not seeing many people on the left even talking about it. The only thing they're saying is that Trump is trying to come up with this is the diversion for Epstein. They're claiming. I would bet that if there was something about Trump was a buddy of Epstein,
Yeah.
but at some point when he went to trial in Florida, Trump cut off all communication and contact with him.
Yes.
When he first got accused of it. If they had something, it would have been out.
It would have
There's
been totally
no
out.
question.
Well, yeah, well, they were making up stuff for years, so why wouldn't they use something
Yeah.
that they actually had?
And the Democrats need to be careful what they wish for because I'm guessing it's probably Republicans too, but there's a few Democrats, including a former president who was buddies with Epstein, and it's not just Trump.
Well, I mean, to me, the auto pen scandal is huge, and nobody's talking about that anymore. It doesn't seem like. I mean,
No, because the media is a leftist media, and I don't. I mean, I'm not right or left. I tilt to the right. I freely admit it. But the media is complicit in a lot of this.
Yeah, they are. No question. Like trying to keep Stephen Colbert on the air when he doesn't deserve to be.
Well, yes, they're in an outrage. You got Bernie and Elizabeth Warren.
I know.
I can't take him. Hey, he was losing $40 million a year.
Exactly. He was terrible on that show.
They could frame it any way they want. He was getting his ass kicked.
All right, we got to take a break here. Andy, did you happen to show Sandy the picture of me with all the NBA players?
Oh, I can do that after we get back
Wait
from
till
the
you see
break.
this.
How
We went
about
over
that?
I like it.
to a deal last night, and there were a bunch of NBA players there from different teams. They want to take a picture, and wait till you see Uncle Tom with these NBA players.
All right, looking forward to it.
Andy's got it.
Well, I think we should take the break first.
Okay, we'll take the break and come back. Great idea. You're listening to me, your customers are listening to me, and they'll hear me promote your business. The Tom Bernard Podcast attracts thousands of listeners who are loyal, engaged, and ready to support businesses they trust. Our podcast has helped numerous businesses increase traffic, sales, and brand recognition. We're not just about ads, we're about results. Whether you're a local business or a national brand, we offer custom advertising packages designed to fit your unique needs and goals. Our audience spans multiple demographics, allowing you to target your ideal customers with precision, from millennials to baby boomers and everyone in between. With the broad reach, passionate following, your business will see increased visibility and awareness, translating into more customers and sales. For Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. Michael, what's up?
Dealing with another case where a person gave a statement to the adjuster because they thought the person was really friendly.
Is that a good idea?
Well, the problem is they know the law when they call you up. And while you're trying to be fair and you're trying to get help, the reality is there are questions you get asked that the way you answer them make a big difference. And people put themselves in trouble. And when they aren't in trouble, they didn't do anything wrong. But suddenly the adjuster's got a statement that can blow up their case completely.
What has caused people to be so untrustworthy, I guess is the best way I could put it? They take advantage.
Well, insurance companies have hired adjusters whose job it is to deal with unrepresented people. So they're supposed to kind of lure them in, call them every day, see how they're doing, and people are like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Where the reality is they've kind of adjusted to their problem that they've got going on. So it's not that they're completely better, but the way they say it gets to be a problem. And that's why having somebody who can explain your rights, represent you, make sure that you understand the law before you give a statement can make a big difference in your case.
Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant. Let's talk about my bank. That'd be North American Banking Company. Look, it's easy to feel like just another account number at big national banks, but that's not how it works with my friends at North American Banking Company. Whether you're visiting their locations in Roseville, 50th and France, Hastings, Woodbury, Shoreview, or Maple Grove, you'll always find real people who know you by name and actually care about your finances, not some AI chatbot. They also offer all the modern conveniences you expect, like online and mobile banking, but with a personal touch that only a community bank can offer. So why settle for less when you can bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Visit nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Have you ever seen a squawk steers? Well, look at mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Sands for Sports, brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyers seeking justice for the injured. Contact Bradshaw and Bryant at minnesotapersonalinjury.com. We're back with Sandy.
You caught me chewing on a cheese curd from Culver's.
Oh, those are good.
Good. It's a great breakfast.
A great breakfast. There you go.
A late and great breakfast. No
So-
question.
Oh, boy.
What?
Super
Well,
Value
now-
has announced the permanent closure and layoff of approximately 96 employees from its Midway facilities located at 1440 University Avenue. The doors to Cub Midway will close to the public on August 2nd, 2025, and employees will experience permanent layoff on September 22nd.
They're closing Cub?
Why would that be happening?
Well,
What's going on the Midway?
Yeah.
can we give an honest opinion here?
Sure.
It's probably just nobody eats anymore.
Who needs
Sure,
food,
that's the
really?
reason. Midway, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So is
You
Midway.
don't even have to give an opinion because I think we all know why it's closing.
Yep.
I want to know why it's closing.
People who work there are more than friends and family. It is a community, not a corporate. Thought the Green Line was going to help this corridor thrive. light rail to nowhere.
Oh,
Midway never recovered from the Floyd riots.
yeah.
This is going to push the crime towards Roseville for sure. Those are some of the comments across it. Do you know why? Let me guess. St. Paul is a cesspool in that area? I don't know if that's true.
Is it really? Has that area gotten really bad?
Well, anytime they put a light rail station,
Well, that's true. Yeah,
it's
that can
usually
cause
not
trouble.
good.
Well, okay, I'm going to give you an opinion here.
Okay.
We're going to be going to the state fair with horses, right? Some of our minis and some of the ponies.
Yeah, yep.
I'm not getting off on Snelling because I am not going to stop a trailer in that Midway area because I don't know. People may start climbing, banging on the thing, and try to. I'll go a back way. It'll take me longer, but I'm not going near that area of Snelling. And
It's just sad.
because I
this
think
is okay.
I'm not
yeah.
saying cesspool, but there are areas where you don't want to stop, and also beyond the issues of because I don't think that's an area where anyone can say there's never been a criminal activity there.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
Well, I
the
used to
other thing
live
is
on
all the-
Snelling in Matt Grove, like
Well,
half a
that's
mile
different
south
area,
of
though.
here.
Yes,
But
that's
I
a
used to
little
go
different.
up there, and I remember even back then, 10
Oh, yeah,
years
the
ago.
quarry over there, the
you-
Target. Yeah,
yeah.
that was bad. It has been
Well,
bad
no, the
for a
quarry
long
is
time.
fine. It's this Hamlin Midway area. I remember University being like, I don't want to go north of University 10 years ago. Because that area was just like, it was shitty even a decade ago. And now
The other problem is that I have with it when you're having horses too. You're at so many lights, that exhaust isn't good for them.
That's
Yeah,
true.
That's true.
Because it's not like an
Yeah.
area where you just blow through.
Yeah.
no, that is true. God, you love hanging out over there.
Well, they're
but that was-
creating all these food deserts. Well, maybe the new mayor, with all of his free food for all, or whatever, the communist-run
this is St.
grocery
Paul,
stores
though,
is going to
so-
work.
I don't know.
Well,
That's close to the
it'll
border.
spread. It'll spread.
Hey, I'm a big
Communism's
fan of Omar Fatty.
Good.
Omar Fatty. And he weighs about, what, 30 pounds?
If that. I mean, what can the guy weigh? I bet he's. What is it that Barney Fife used to say? What do you weigh? Oh, I don't know. 109 and a half.
I'm up and down.
I am up and down.
That's what he said. Exactly. Oh, I love it.
Anyway.
What the hell?
All right,
It just,
we should go. I should go.
It's just so sad that all this stuff is happening. Why does this have to? Ugh.
But I do think it's been happening for a long time.
It has. You're right.
Just
now we're more aware
accelerating.
of it.
COVID accelerated everything. Though.
All right, Sandy, any closing words?
Go Twins!
Take the
You lose
Vikings with you.
freaking 2 in Colorado against the worst team in baseball.
Worst.
And then you win. But now you get to go to the Dodgers, one of the best teams.
Oh, that's going to be hideous.
Well, maybe they'll bring their A game.
All right,
Maybe.
Sandy. We'll talk to you later in a week.
I live for that. We'll see you.
We do
Bye.
as well. Bob Sands for your Sports brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyer seeking justice for the injured. Contact Bradshaw and Bryant at MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com. We'll take that final break, be right back, and wrap things up right after this. It's time for Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities. Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities are a place where your loved one will live with pride and dignity. If you care about someone in your life, Wellshire is a place I highly recommend. Wellshire is a memory care focused facility that has a full nursing team always staffed within the building 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have never used or relied on any staffing agencies. Wellshire of Medina is now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months of private pay. I know them personally, and they're a family-owned local company conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They're the best staffed memory care facility in the state. Wellshire has a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of a memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends at Wellshire. Set up a tour or learn more at wellshiremn.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com.
Many car dealers try to create an extreme sense of urgency. Does anybody really buy it?
We gotta sell 100 cars by Saturday to get the boss off the roof. You'll never see these rebates again. And oh yeah, your trade will never be worth more.
Really? I asked Jim Paul from Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Valley GMC in Hastings his thoughts.
I don't even know what to say. I hope folks are smarter than that.
Has there really ever been a time when it was urgent?
Probably not. But this tariff environment might be a first. Valley has several hundred pre-tariff units on the ground. Who knows what's going to happen with the tariffs, but these are really safe buys. Going forward, Valley's committed to make whatever the situation is as painless as possible, like we've always done.
Where can we find you then?
Get them pre-tariff. Hurry, hurry, hurry. When they're gone, they're gone. And man,
At a Valley store in Apple Valley or Hastings or valleycardealers.com. Certainly not on a roof.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Sands for Your Sports is brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyers seeking justice for the injured. Contact Bradshaw and Bryant at minnesotapersonalinjury.com. Any closing words, Andrew?
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm glad we do the show that we do, but we're talking about areas that I grew up in when I worked at 1500 KSTP back when I was 18 years old. I used to wander around that exact neighborhood you guys are talking about. It used to be
I lived in Mac Grove. I lived in the North Loop. I've lived right next to all these areas too.
It's just so sad. I just loved it as a kid, and now because of politics, it's dangerous as hell, and that's just to get people to vote for you. I mean, it's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, we bought Melissa's grandma's house in Crystal, and we started fixing it up under the impression that we'd be living there forever.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, here comes this wave of violence, and people are getting shot blocks from our house, and we're like, we can't raise kids here.
No, that's exactly right. And I don't know when the hell we're going to... It's all about money and votes. That's all it's about. And it's just disgusting. People are put in danger because you want to pocket more money from your nut job, government agency, whatever. I can't even talk about it. It pisses me off way too much. It's all about making money. People are getting killed because other people want to make more money by inviting these thugs into our city.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Unfortunate, sad but true. But yes, the show is going to get a bit more political because I think it needs to be. It's disgusting.
No one seems to care, though.
I guess not. I love Minnesota, born and raised here, and I love coming back to Minnesota for the summer and hanging out and all the rest. But man, you better get a grip on some of these politicians around here because once again, they only do it so they can make money. That's why they do it.
Well, as long as people are willing to support their neighborhoods getting burned down because Trump doesn't like it, then nothing's going to improve.
I guess not. All right. Well, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.